videos I did. I just watched Tyler the Creator's Tiny Desk. I've never seen it. It is so freaking dope. Oh my god. It is an amazing Tiny Desk on NPR. If you have never seen Tyler the Creator's Tiny Desk on NPR, you might want to go check that out. Just saying. Hold on a second. Here we go. Let's play the video real quick. Sit down for a second. No, sit down. This is my number one song on Spotify. It's a video I did when I was in Oakland with my wife, and I had some concepts and ideas I wanted to work through in the video, and it came out actually better than I imagined. And so I was really stoked. Actually, um, that's funny. The title I picked, "Look at Me Now," that's one of Chris Brown's big songs. Lil Wayne and Pitbull. So it's funny. It's funny that their names come out under my video because they were not associated with this project. Okay, just so you know, that's just the way YouTube. You know, that's the big look at me nows, and I'm the underground dude. So let's check it out. Mix. Here we go. Yeah, yeah. This is me, MC Drunken Monk. Spotify, look at me now. Mm, mm, mm. Look at me now. I'm up from the bottom, still repping the south. The west is like the women up. Just look at me now. I'm up from the bottom, still repping the south. The west is like just look at me now. Came up from the bottom, still repping the south. The west is like the women up town. Look at me now. Look at me now. She got in my house. Yeah, I know how that sounds. My son was out drunk with that liquor, but now I don't. And no length, I don't. And no clowns. Her ass is on. Her ass is on. Heavily strong. Yeah, right, I'm all down. No, I don't even know. I remember the bottom they all had on. Yeah. All my life of fat pain. It's just a part of these changes. You can get romantic, start blaming people, places, and things. If you find you caught in the same shit, search yourself, man. You're not blameless. Bro, remember the pain when the smiles and laughter start fading, huh? I just stay in my house. I don't deal with if they be talking about now. They go get in your pockets and off like a rock that I probably drop it before we bleed on the ground. Cause they go, this will not stop it. So now, tell me, can I go down? Where they live underground? Yeah, I've been making moves, but I don't know you. So tell me what now? Tell me what now? Tell me, can I go down? Huh? What? 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 I got that 4 pound. Huh? All my life of fat pain is just a part of these changes. You can get romantic. So y'all can see why I like Tyler the Creator, right? Pretty similar styles, actually. The crazy thing. The fate, then, huh? Look at me now. Just look at me now. Just look at me now. Just repping the South. Just look at me now. I say, how, brown, now, cow, how, now, brown, cow. Look at me now. Repping the South. Uh, uh, uh. Turning it up. Turning it out. Uh, 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 uh. New Orleans and Shreveport too. Uh, 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 in the dirty South, you know what we do. Look at me now. Yeah, yeah, there you go, man. New Age Lines music. Okay, Nana, ready? Hold on. Here, Nanda. You're gonna actually just do it this way. Here, now. Put the camera at the here, stand up. Show the piano.
Okay, this is my dad's piano.
Yeah.
This I
Stand over there. Over there. Now, you showing me?
okay.
Alright. Let's do a little blue.
Guys, in this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Real Ananda. Yeah. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. What y'all think about that New Orleans voodoo music, man? Okay, now I'm gonna just play just to show you guys how we improvise on the piano when we play blues and jazz. A lot of times we'll just be like a lot of times we get melodies like doing this, like just playing around like this. Like I'll show you for example. Come over here. 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 There you go. Show me. Show the piano. No, go play something for him. Hold the phone and play something. Show him. Play a song.
Okay, the radio.
Yep. Stand up. Yay. No. Thank you for the interlude. Thank you very much. Are you still showing my piano? Here. Stand over here. Like I'm just gonna play in the blues key of F. So you'll see how we come up with ideas and melodies. Yeah. That's pretty much open freestyle blues. Blues jazz, thank you very much. That is freestyle open blues. Does anybody have any questions? Because I studied blues and jazz at, well, I studied at Montana State, classical music. Then I went to Berkeley, started doing hip hop, and I was still studying in Berkeley at the jazz school. Then it changed to the Berkeley Conservatory. The name changed. So I had to like really work hard because you got to understand, like after medical school, there's not a lot of time in medical school to play piano. Do you feel me? So y'all understand, but a lot of I like mashed potatoes. Oh my god, you're funny. But a lot of my friends in school told me that they used to play instruments. Um, hey, don't stretch that. Hey, don't stretch the iPhone cord. Thank you. And so, actually, what happened is in medical school, the the um the son of the jazz saxophonist Marzette Watts, we went to the same medical school, and so when I would hang out with Eli, what's up, Phi New Pi Kappa Chapter, what's up? But I would go to his house, and with that many creatives, people from Louisiana, from Texas, from New York, from Prairie View, from Morehouse, yeah, I mean, this is, TSU, Fisk, we was always hanging out, And when we went to his house, there was instruments there, was keyboards, there was production equipment because his dad was you know, a production guy too. He produced music as well as played saxophone. He actually was an artist too. He was like, I would say, I don't know, almost impressionistic to me. Like, he reminded me of Degas and Basquiat if they were to come together. That was Marzette's paintings. I'm not extremely versed in the history of Western art, but that's just what comes to my mind. Thinking of my favorite artist like Degas, who's impressionist, like Monet, Van Gogh, of course. But I mean, so when you first start playing, most of the stuff we did in school was real experimental. Check them out. Okay, Rick Patton, what's up, Dr. Moto? I don't know if you heard that little subscribe. Oh, you gonna play too? Hold on. We got another virtuoso on the keys. Where you gonna go? Come back there. Where you go? Where she go? Where she go? There she go. Oh, she's running away. She played for us and then she went away. Okay. Well, I might as well play one more for y'all. Hey, Nana, hold this. Best way to show is by doing. Here, let's see. Hold on. Here, hold it on me. Stand back there. Point to the piano.
You pointed it in the piano like that. Okay? Sit down here. Sit down. You pointed it like that. That's it. That's it. Okay. Excuse me.
follow the real Nanda. See? Yeah, that's me.
Bourbon Street. Yeah, I know. Blessings, blessings. You already know, man. You already know. You know, I was raised in Louisiana, so it's going one way or another. The R&B music I grew up with, the blues music I grew up with, the R&B. We listen to everything, man. I mean, we listen to everything. Honestly, my mom brought home some Gershwin one time. I think it was Rhapsody in Blue, and I was playing it. I was a kid. I was in the sixth grade, and I don't know. I started playing it, but my mind started taking it apart because I heard the classic. Because I had been studying piano in high school, so I could hear the classical roots of the music mixed with my African blues gospel feel, and that's what, as a kid, I'm sure that's what got my attention. I mean, why else would an eighth grader or ninth grader be running around listening to Gershwin records when he's got Run DMC and LL Cool J playing in the radio every day, right? And Michael Jackson. So there had to be something special about that music, which was much older than the R&B I was listening to. Even in church, people didn't. The feel was still there. I would say it's similar. I would say it's similar. There's most definitely a similarity between blues, classical style, Gershwin style, and what the way we sang in the Baptist churches. That is very much the feel, and that's what I'm sure I was picking up on. But that's that's the roots of this music, man. I mean, honestly, like if you
Oh, okay. I thought you were okay.
no, it's just some stuff on it. If you like Aretha Franklin and Gladys Knight, I mean, then you like blues. As simple as that. If you like Patti LaBelle and Anita Baker, you like blues. You may not know it came from the old, you know, the old, and you not know that they're all related. It's all related though. It's all related, and the link is unbroken, and the feel is equally as important as reading sight read music or playing things with the right um, vibrato or or playing what's the term I'm looking for, legato. Yeah, playing legato. A lot of people don't like playing legato, but like you have to be able to go back and forth to really capture the I think the feel of the blues music. But I mean, anybody that wants to get started playing, I would recommend starting with the blues. If you really want to just jump into playing um, American music, then just start playing the blues. As simple as that. And it doesn't have to be anything super complex. Just I did. Of course, I rapped it. You can't rap like that. Yeah. And start playing scales, start playing Mixolydian scales, we call them, but flat sevens, flat fives, that kind of stuff. Then you start hearing the slight variations in just normal classical music theory and where it differs from. I mean, you could feel the differences when you listen to both forms of music, classical and blues, and then jazz. But you also get to the point where you can definitely hear the lineage in jazz music coming from classical, because some of the chops y'all saw me use on this piano that came from playing classical music in college for 2 years, okay, plus high school, playing pretty traditional. We played more like classical stuff in high school too, yeah. And so I think that's what my love of this music comes from, really how old it really is, and then how new it really is at the same time. Like stuff I'm playing, I'm sure it's been played for hundreds of years in this country. Same licks, same feel. You know, and the cool thing actually is that it's hard to be original. That's actually cool. That means that the old blues and jazz guys were so thorough in their exploration of this music, they didn't leave a whole lot of room for the new cats. But that's not bad. Okay, that's not bad. That means that you have to constantly. My friend Taylor Ixty, a pianist from New York, but he's from Palo Alto originally. I asked him. I said, I said I'm older. We were at a jazz camp at Stanford, and he was an instructor. And I said, I'm starting a little older in life. What do you recommend? And remember what Taylor said to me. He said, just surround yourself with music. He said, just make it a part of your life, period. And it was funny that I had this was funny to me. I was like, I'm like a young black guy, but I'm like, oh damn. I would have expected some of my OGs from the hood, to tell me this, but a young white cat who's playing, my ancestors' music and his ancestors too, because it's European and African. It was cool though that I had to wait that long and talk to a real musician to hear this. You would think simple but profound truth. If you want to become better at playing or singing music, then you have to listen to it every day. Okay, musicians all know this. This is no mystery to us. This when you see us listening to a different genre, I don't care if it's hip hop, I don't care if it's R&B, we're studying too. We don't tell y'all this as musicians, but a lot of times we'll hear something and we oh, Aretha Franklin may sing a certain blues lick, and if I'm if I'm really touched by it, I'll get on the piano and I try to play it. And that's how the music gets passed forward. And the actual exercise of you trying to play it out, you're gonna get her a helmet, man. 'Cause my daughter is always falling down, and she likes to fall next to things like this, like the edges of pianos, right? That's what she likes to fall next to. Something that's gonna really fuck her up good. So I have to put something. Yeah, you don't want no parts of that. That ain't what you want, daughter. Trust me. This piano is gonna be here for a while on the earth. We gonna be gone, and this thing gonna be somewhere. I don't know where it's gonna be, but but no, man. Just start listening to all of it. Go back and listen to Gershwin though. Listen to hey, almost slammed my keys down. Go back and listen to Gershwin. And if you want to, I mean, honestly, this piano isn't super duper expensive. I bought this piano a long time ago, and this is I think a Chinese company that does reproductions, and it has good sound. So Halle Davis, shout out to Halle Davis and Company, Boston, what's up? A lot of Steinway pianos, one of my favorite pianos. It actually, if I was playing on a Steinway or a Borzendorfer, and I wanted an Estonia piano, and I still may get one. I'm not saying that I won't, because the good Lord has seen fit to keep me around a little longer. I don't see the point of denying myself the luxuries of life that I've worked so hard to acquire to this point. So an Estonia grand piano wouldn't be out of the picture, since I did look at one in Seattle when I was at a jazz festival there and played it, and I never forgot that sound. You can't forget the sound of a Borzendorfer piano or an Estonia. And Estonia pianos probably cost a little bit more now, because now word is out that this is a unbelievable, undescribable sound coming from an instrument that if you bought its equal, which would be for an Estonia, a Borzendorfer, you'd be paying $100,000 for the piano. Okay, but you can get that same sound, feel, quality at Estonia prices. That's the other thing about the piano that you may want to know if you're considering in your future buying a high-end grand piano. My recommendation is go listen to some Estonias. Yamaha's good. We all know that. We play Yamaha in school. That's all we end up playing most of the time in school are Yamahas. So when we sit down on a Borzendorfer or an Estonia, it's a distinctively, qualitatively different sound that makes your brain go, whoa, okay, this is my instrument. Okay. This is my instrument, right? That's when you feel like, okay, because when you play on a low end instrument, you don't get that, like, what really makes the piano an amazing instrument. But when you play on something like a Borzendorfer with that type of resonance and the quality of craftsmanship, every key you play is supposed to be. We were saying in piano world, I have 10 instruments. There's five right there, and there's five right there. So really what we're doing when we study piano is we're trying to create independence in each finger, which is extremely difficult to develop because of the way the nervous system develops. You grow up with monkey grip and stuff, right? You grow up monkey grip and stuff, and this gets your central nervous system learns how to monkey grip everything. And when it comes to fine motor movements and adding those to a certain timing, then the brain has to become an integrated instrument. The cerebellum, the rhythm section of the brain has to connect with the cortex, and a lot of other things going on in the neocortex, hippocampus. Memories are being triggered when you play and feels. There's like a whole orchestra going off in your brain at the same time. The cerebellum is matching the beats per minute through some mechanism. I haven't fully been able to understand, but I read about it in a book about music and the brain on music. So music also probably releases a large amount of endorphins in your brain when you hear it, and enkephalins, which are chemically related to morphine, but they're not morphine. Your body makes these chemicals naturally. So when you listen to music, you probably release enkephalins and endorphins and serotonin and dopamine. And so music actually is quite addictive, but it's a good addiction. Okay. My son listens to punk, rock, heavy metal. More power to him. I listen to everything. I remember going to uh, what were they? Punk rock concerts, maybe in Nashville, in houses. Just everybody just man. Nashville is known as Music City, and it does have more than one type of music represented there. You have to search, but it's there. It's there, and people still go to Nashville to pursue their dreams of becoming musicians, especially obviously country music. But every form of music is represented in Nashville because you got to remember there's a lot of black folks in Tennessee, right? Three black colleges on 2 blocks where I went to school. Like you got Meharry, Fisk University, and Tennessee State University, all within like 2 blocks. And then you go downtown, not too far, and there's Vanderbilt. So there's a lot going on down in that section of Nashville, man. A lot going on, a lot of learning, a lot of studying, a lot of breakthroughs, a lot of life changing things happening there in that section. And we had some good chicken places we knew how to go to, man. That's the advantages of going to school with my brothers. We knew the spots, man. My boy Reggie used to go to Oprah Winfrey's daddy's barbershop and get his hair fixed up. And he's like, yeah, man, I be going to Oprah's daddy. I'm like, man, you a real fan? He's like, yeah. But Nashville, that's all Nashville, Tennessee, man. A very unique city. Uh, Music City, USA is what it's called. And I was fortunate to have been in New Orleans and then Nashville, right? So I really got double doses of music cities back to back when I was training. And I'm sure this influenced my. Well, I told you that I met my friend, the jazz um, aficionado and heritage and player in medical school. And so I don't know, man. Like you do build community around music because a lot of my friends right now are people that I've played with in the past, done shows with. They've supported me in my pursuit of trying to improve and express myself with this music. And they've always been the thing about jazz musicians is that I think we develop a lifelong appreciation for each other as well as our music because we hear each other mature as we play. We hear it, and it's obvious. The last time I played with my man Clifford Brown, the third, it had been a while, and I was playing. We might have been getting ready to record something, and he's like, "Oh man, I can hear you've changed, you've progressed, your sound's different." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah," and people can hear it when you. So what they hear is as much what you listen to, equal to what you do when you practice. You know, they can hear both things, especially when somebody's ear is really really trained. And I want and there's a reason I'm doing this. There's a reason I'm doing this, okay? Because too many times the people who listen, and I am one of the people who listen, so we all in the same family. You know, there's an equal relationship going on because you listening and appreciating and interpreting the music. That is your contribution to the art. And when you go out and you like somebody told me the other day on Facebook, oh, you were the one who introduced me to Sade. I was like, really? It was an old friend from my hood. I was like, oh wow, because I was listening to Sade in high school because of my friend Keith. He was a huge Sade and Luther Vandross fan, and Anita Baker was there because my mom's was definitely listening to that old school. So that was like some amazing music. And don't sleep, man. Prince, man. Oh my God, like don't even get me started on him. I listened to him all through the Purple Rain era, and he was such a heavy duty. I mean, this cat was like doing some Jimi Hendrix mixed with Funkadelics, Parliament, all updated for his time period. I mean, if you want to talk about what he really was doing, it was like it's hard to even describe it. Then he was making movies and blah blah blah. But it was the music with Prince, always the music that made you appreciate, love, and want to hear because you heard that way before you saw Purple Rain. You know, I had been listening to Prince for years before I saw. I mean, honestly, look at Michael Jackson never did a real movie, not to my knowledge. He did his own little music movie things, but Michael never really did a proper movie. Okay, so to reach that level of fame, Michael just flat out didn't need movies. Okay, let's just be honest about that. He didn't need movies. So why would he waste his time, overworking himself? I mean, he had pop music and R&B. I mean, he mastered it, man. He mastered it, and he took it to the next level. And then he passed the torch to Usher, Chris Brown. All of us that represent the art form, hip hop, have to give our credit to our roots and R&B music, which is definitely the child of blues and soul and gospel. Ray Charles, man, oh man, Ray was a genre bender, and that's the whole history of this music has been genre bending. Like when I play hip hop and jazz and classical and avant garde jazz, which is what you hear me playing when you hear me improvising, that's my interpretation, right? And so what's coming out is like a really the thing about music is you can't express that in words. This is almost like me watching my thoughts in meditation, right? As I'm playing and listening, I'm seeing in real time what's going on inside of me, how my mind works, the relationship between my mind and the environment, because the sounds are in the environment. Even though I'm internally hearing them appear and trying to create them, the process is really happening much faster than can be stated with even words. It's intuition is involved in it, right? And so that's probably what makes the art form of music so universal, because we all have intuition. We all have the ability to we communicate with sound, right? We're talking right now. You're listening to vibrations coming out of your phone as I talk. So the connection right now is one that's happening in 3 4 dimensional space time, and sound is the medium through which we're communicating. We're not talking with telepathy. We're not sending smoke signals. We're not like worms that have some chemical signal. Ants have antennas, and as they pass each other, they have chemical signals that tell them things are going on, what to do. I mean, this is like you look at the forms of communication on the earth, it's pretty diverse. Trees actually do talk to each other through chemical messengers. I read that in a book long ago. There's more than enough evidence that what we call intuition is a real phenomenon that can't be explained. And so that just goes to me, that should reinforce people wanting to practice the arts. If the arts are teaching you a way to tap into yourself spiritually over a lifetime, because I've been playing piano now, trying to play it since I was a boy. And there's been long gaps because of my education. But I think if you really, really, truly love something, it's always going to find a way back into your life on some level. If it's just you playing for yourself and your family, or if you try to record and save it for posterity, that's more important to me than any bling bling factor that goes along with being a musician and a hip hop artist. It's the fact that my daughter and sons, one day will flip on YouTube and I'll be gone. 100 years. Well, they won't be here in 100 years probably, but I won't. I damn sure won't be here in 100 years. Not in this form, but they can hear and see. Like when I hear about my grandfather, I got pictures. I actually got memories with him, but my great grandparents, no, no. So to have been able to hear them talk, see their body language, listen to them sing or play, wow, wow. There's a lot more gifts that you get with music than can be stated. Uh, well, that can be. You can't put a price tag on that. You can't put a price tag on that. Like I don't. Carnegie Hall, that's good. All of that's good. MTV, all of that's great. But you as a human being learning to actually listen. That's the spiritual path, because you really have around you a schoolhouse. Okay, it's universal schoolhouse, and the students are right here, student, and as you get older and more developed as an artist in any art form, that's basically what you learn to do is discriminate, separate, analyze, and take apart things because your powers of listening have just increased because you've matured and you've practiced listening. And there's no way around that. You have to practice listening to songs, listening to lyrics, listening to different instruments. I'm a rhythm section man, so I spend a lot of time listening to bass, drums, and in my case, keyboards. But keyboard can also be a lead instrument, but it's part of the traditional rhythm section. So I would say, hey man, do what Taylor said. If you love music, just make it part of your life. Take X amount of time to dedicate to listening to whatever genre you want, and don't be afraid to go back, man, because that's really when you start making the connections. And when you develop your own style and voice, like the way I play piano now, is pretty indicative of the way Drunken Monk plays blues piano. And it was cool, and it is cool to see it evolve and change and develop into its own special sound. Because when you hear like on my Ghost Flow album, songs like oh, there's so many songs in there, but Ghost Flow, yeah, on the song Ghost Flow, if you go to the Drunken Monk on Spotify or whatever Apple Music, and you type in Ghost Flow, that album, it'll say various artists. Okay, that's the whole album is mine. I produced that album, and a lot of the songs in there, not all the songs in there, except for a few, I produced. Ghost Flow is 100% me. That's me on the keyboards. That's me on the bass, drums, producing the whole joint. And you can actually hear all the influences that you heard if you listened to me earlier today. You'll be like, oh yeah, that's him. When you hear the keyboards in the background when I'm flowing, like my flow, we can do it fast or we can do it slow. I guarantee you, I'll rock the show. I can't bring anything, brother. You already know. Usually when it gets real niggas running for the door, but we stand playing that close. My Ghostface Kill still at your soul. But the influences are definitely there, and I want people who love hip hop and blues and jazz to hear that and know that, like, oh, this cat, like many other brothers, has appreciation for jazz, blues, and hip hop and rap, but was able to find somebody told me once, as you try to find a way to combine hip hop and jazz and blues to express yourself, they basically told me there's no cookbook right or wrong way to do it. It depends on you. And that's what makes it so difficult. Like nobody can tell you like, oh, here's your style. Here's your style. Congratulations. It's just gonna develop over time as a product of you listening constantly, playing as much as you possibly can get your hands on your instrument. You have to put hands on instrument all the time, constantly. If you're just playing a C scale, I'm telling you, this is not a joke. This is this is from a musician who trained at the collegiate level, recorded with legends in hip hop and in jazz. You know, it's not gonna be easy because life is gonna constantly pull you this way and that way and that way. And you're gonna look at your instrument, you're gonna say, if I only had 5 minutes. Yeah, but you do. And that's all it takes. It's just a certain dedication. You're gonna constantly put hands on instrument. I don't care if you're playing the same song for 10 years. If you playing that song different every time because you're approaching it from an improvisational musician standpoint, you have played 100 different songs. It's not the same. So that Blues in the Closet I was playing earlier, the song I was playing earlier is called Blues in the Closet by Oscar Pettiford, who was a jazz bassist. Like, if he heard me play, he'd be like, ah, damn, son, y'all done changed them. Yeah, but I think he would be like, whoa, okay. And that's what I want, man. I want the ancestors that hear this music from the wherever they at. I want them to say, "Oh shit, you cats, yeah, y'all ain't all brain dead out there. Okay, things still moving in the right direction." And that's what this music is to me. It's an indication that things are still moving in the right direction. All right, man. Love y'all. Namaste. Thank you for hanging out with me. MC Drunken Monk, a.k.a. Doc, the Doc. I'm going to be listening to some of y'all's tonight, probably some of y'all's haps. Sometimes y'all get on here and wild out. I just wanted to bring a little sunshine into your life today.